Hello, this is Fordice, but you can call me Vinny. Giving a little showcase demo of all the low poly assets that I've been making recently in the game engine Godot. Mainly have been going for a modernized PS1 graphics style, as I do like the retro look, but feel it's been overdone in overly compressed textures, texture warping, and no modernized textures features. So that's why I have been kind of putting together a scene like this to kind of mess around with bump maps, uh, like roughness maps, metallic like textures, stuff that you wouldn't really see in any older PS1 graphic styled games, or even the OG ones. The main premise of this demo is to kind of just mess around with what I've previously stated, and then also try to incorporate more modernized movement systems, animations, even though this is really the only animation I have at the very moment, but I like how fluid it looks for putting away and taking out a weapon. But I still do have to do the sound design eventually, but I'm sticking strictly with a visual design for now, as I've been placing down just a bunch of the assets that I've created, like the street lamps. This grass texture I didn't make myself. I took it from a pre-existing texture, just as a little demo piece. I need to make myself a new grass texture, as I'll be honest, I don't really like how that looks, but it's just there for now. But yeah, all the street lights, fences, these barrels. This one's I'll also probably redo as well here, as not really a big fan of the texture that I made for it, as it probably made like 6 months ago or so, compared to this video. But yeah, just messing around. I've also incorporated a nighttime feature here. There we go. As I've been messing around with lighting, really seeing what I can do with it. But being how I'm in the Godot engine, lighting isn't always the best with the engine taking care of it itself. I mean, I feel like it's decent, but you get inconsistencies like how I have this texture here, and you can also kind of see the shimmering on the other side. I'll eventually fix that, but yeah, there's inconsistencies with shadow resolution. I mean, I guess technically it is full scale because it's going off of that, but I'll have to add like a different collision mask to it, specifically for lighting. But for the models that are actually of like of sharper detail, I'd say shadows look pretty decent on it. Still got the reflections on it. Uh, I still gotta make a whole bunch of assets, as I've only made, you could probably count in total like 6 or 7 assets, and they're not very big at all. Like this road texture here, you can kind of see that there's a little bit of clipping there. Need to make a different one for that. This was specifically for testing out just ground textures. This main test has basically been for just low poly optimization, just messing around with low poly models, because I do, like I said earlier, I do like that look with low poly models, but I hate that a lot of like older PS1 games, and then also the modernized PS1 games that have been being made, they don't really use very much crisp textures. And I'm kind of a fan of just kind of like crisper textures, even though they're lower resolution. Like this is the best example I have of utilizing normal maps on a small texture. Yeah. So I wanted to kind of just mess around with more quote unquote higher quality, but also lower quality textures, whilst also keeping a low poly count. So I feel that's important for optimization. So yeah, I appreciate you watching the demo here. Got really nothing else to say. See ya.